morning, Digital Citizenship. Today is Thursday, March 19th, 2020. Today we'll be talking about identity theft and how you can protect yourself from it. You have a couple of assignments due. We will talk about those when we get to them. So in Tuesday's lesson, you learned about vulnerable and who is vulnerable. So vulnerable means that you're in a position that makes it easier for you to be harmed or attacked. You should have read that anyone is vulnerable, even you. You might think because you're young that you're not at risk, but there are a few important reasons why you're also vulnerable to identity theft. The reason is that identity thieves look for clean Social Security numbers that haven't been used to get credit. So you're a 12-year-old girl or boy and you have a Social Security number and nobody has used that to get credit. Identity thieves would love to get a hold of that number. They can get a credit card in your name and you'll never even know it when they're racking up a bill until maybe you're 16 or 17 and you go to get a car loan and you can't because your credit is bad, mysteriously. Another problem with identity theft is that it's not easy to resolve. It can take months or even years to recover your identity if it's stolen. Cleaning up a mess like that takes a lot of time and energy, and it also can be expensive for you. So today, after you've watched the clip from the movie Identity Thief, which was made in 2013, and completed the assessment, you're going to log into KidBlog and click on Top Online Scams to Avoid. You'll have an assignment there to complete. Okay, scams and schemes. What is identity theft and how you can protect yourself from it? So you have in your vocabulary identity theft. So someone steals your identity and they usually want to use it to get something from you. So you'll be learning about a variety of scams, including which kinds of information scammers look for and how that information can be used. You're also going to learn about how to protect yourself against online scams and scams in general. So I'm sure you've heard of phone calls going home that weren't real, asking people for money or Social Security numbers or other information like that. So a point, people who scam others either online or other ways, whether it's by the phone or online, they don't always have to get money from them directly. So they're not always asking for a credit card number. Instead, they use a variety of strategies to trick people into giving out their private information. They can use this information to access bank accounts, credit card accounts, or other personal accounts. They can even recreate someone's identity, produce false documents such as Social Security cards, credit cards, driver's licenses, and other things in someone else's name. And that's what you're going to see in the clips that I'm going to show you. So identity theft, what do you think? What kinds of personal information might an identity thief look for? I'm going to just pause for a few seconds while you think about that. Think about what kinds of information, personal information, identity thieves look for. What are they trying to get from you? The information that they might ask for includes your full name, passwords, date of birth, and where you were born, any kinds of account numbers in the companies where you hold accounts like Amazon, PayPal, or other accounts, your driver's license or your passport number, and your Social Security number. Now that's not a full list. I'm sure there's other things they can use, but those are the main things. The reason that your full name and your date of birth are important is because, and the place where you were born, is because those are the questions that are asked when you have to fill out a credit card application. So they would need to know those before they could get credit cards in your name. So if you ever get a random phone call or a request online in an email or other way for your full name and your date of birth and your Social Security number, you probably should be a little suspicious. Finally, it's important that you know that identity thieves look for any kind of information that might help them pretend to be someone else. So it's important when you're online or you answer the phone or you're texting someone that you're not giving away too much personal information about yourself. Okay, so today you'll be going into Schoology and you'll be looking at your scams and schemes, what is identity theft, and how you can protect yourself from it. And you probably already have done that, otherwise you wouldn't be listening to me right now. So do today, you're going to watch this identity thief clip. Now, when you click on that and open it, it gives you an option to download it. It does work better if you go ahead and download it and then watch it. Now, if you're worried about copyright, I did use fair use. I only used a very small portion of it, and it's for educational use, so don't be concerned that I violated copyright. I used it within fair use guidelines. So you'll be watching this lesson and learning about scams and which kinds of information scammers look for, how it can be used, and how to protect yourself. Watch the clip, and then you're going to go to KidBlog and complete the top online scams to avoid. So the assessment about the identity thief clip is due today, and the top online scams to avoid on KidBlog, that will be due on Friday. I also wanted to show you that if you ever have any questions, you can always send me a message, or I did provide you with an Ask a Question forum. Also, I've put a good things discussion area, so if you have any good things that you're doing that you'd like to share, go ahead and feel free to post there. You guys can talk to each other there if you like to. Just remember, school appropriate sharing only. And finally, I'd just like to remind you that you should be checking in to Digital Citizenship every Tuesday and Thursday by logging into Schoology. Just as a reminder, you know that this is not a vacation. We are closed because of an emergency health situation, so your learning should be continuing. It'll be a lot easier if you do a little bit each day rather than trying to do a lot at once. So when we come back to school, you'll be in a good place when we start again. So that's all for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Don't forget to ask a question or leave a message if you need to, and I'll talk to you again next Tuesday.